I made it to the top 0.5% of Twitch.
You can see me? Can you see me? Oh! I promise I am a good person.
I streamed on and off for about 2 years, and in June of 2022, I qualified to be Twitch partner, and then I quit. Like literally right after I qualified.
I just don't really want to participate in the rat race that is streaming, to be honest. It's so hard for me to say this stuff.
4 years, it's been like stream, 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 stream. And I don't take vacations or days off because I'm like, no, the momentum.
And I also worry about like relevancy too, and Twitch streaming is super important. You could be a nobody in a month, right? And this is my job.
Even though I've been with Twitch for 3+ years, even though people call me the golden boy of Twitch, I've never felt like the golden boy of Twitch. I've never felt particularly loved by Twitch. I love Twitch, but it hasn't been a two-way street.
Last week, I made a video all about my personal experience streaming on Twitch and how much money I made. You can watch that video to give you more context about everything that I'm going to say in this video. Also, to be clear, everything that I say will be based on my own experience and those of people I know. So if you have any other experiences or you know of somebody with other experiences, let me know in the comments and we can talk about it. Next week, I am continuing my mini Twitch series by talking about my personal experience with parasocial relationships on Twitch. So if you haven't yet, make sure to click that button that spells SUBSCRIB subscribe. I was top 0.5% of Twitch. I explained how I got that statistic in the video last week, so I won't go into it again. From November 2021 to November 2022, out of the 20 million channels that went live, only 20 channels had an average viewership of more than 50,000 people. This bar on the far left represents the other 20 million channels that had an average viewership of 0 to 5 people. If this bar on the far right were the height of the Empire State Building, this bar on the far left will extend the distance from the Empire State Building to the moon. That's how far away the top of the top Twitch streamers are, literally on the moon.
Bye, have a great time.
All you need to know is that to get to the 0.5% of Twitch, you only need an average viewership about 50 to 100 people, which is probably less crazy than you expected. I consider myself very lucky to have achieved this kind of success. Even though I wasn't close to the levels of Pokimane or Moist Critical, I still did well. Now, why did I quit? Well, there are a lot of reasons, many of which had to do with my personality, lifestyle, career goals, and relationships. But despite all those things, there is one big overarching reason that kind of ties them all together. And that is that Twitch as a live streaming environment is inherently toxic for your health. I am not talking about the people. Sure, you can get some very toxic viewers, but I am talking about the platform itself. I touched on this a little bit on my video on the manipulative side of design. So just know that a lot of what I'm about to say comes with insights as a UX designer and a product manager.
I feel like I don't have as much personality as I did before I started streaming, you know? Like day in and day out. It's like, because I guess everything's so monotonous that I feel like I no longer partake in the activities that made me me.
When I'm just constantly putting myself out there, I'm not taking the time to actually reflect or grow as an individual or think about what I like.
I feel like my entire life is just being an entertainer, being on display. Like even when I play games with friends, like I would want someone to be streaming. It's really weird for me to do like anything without it being content, because my mind is just constantly thinking, how do we turn this into like entertainment for the masses, right?
You should know that Twitch is designed to trap you on the platform. It sounds bad, but it's true, because they need more viewers on the platform to make money. The more viewers you have, the more money you make, and the more money they make. For those of you who don't know, most Twitch streamers earn money through subscriptions, which are $5 a month, and it's split 50-50 between the creator and Twitch. To comfortably make a living as a Twitch streamer, I say you need about 1,000 subs a month, which would guarantee you $2,500. Of course, most full-time Twitch streamers I know don't actually need 1,000 subs to go full-time because they earn money in other ways, like through donations or through merch or through sponsorships. But this is all to say that Twitch makes more money when you have more subscribers. So what are they going to do? They're going to design the platform in a way that will push you to the extreme to get more viewers, to get more subscribers, and to get more money for them. Twitch intentionally designs a platform for a streamer like myself to focus so much attention on how to grow, how to get more viewers, and how to get more subscribers. When I was streaming, every other day, I would open Twitch and look at my analytics. How many viewers did I have on this stream? Oh, it was lower than it was last time. What did I do wrong? What was it that I was doing different? Maybe people don't like me sitting in the coffee shops for too long. Then I won't do that next time. Even though I genuinely enjoy chatting with the viewers at a coffee shop.
Especially streaming, it revolves around this constant feedback loop of people telling you what they think of you. What do people think of me? What are people reacting positively to? Especially as content creators, like whether we want to admit it or not, obviously we want people to like what we do.
I started Twitch because I was bored and I wanted to entertain others and myself. And it was really fun. But over time, instead of I want to stream, it became I need to stream. Because Twitch punishes you for not streaming. Yeah, as in if you don't stream consistently or you take a break for like a month, Twitch will stop pushing your channel. You will lose viewers, you will lose subscribers, and you will lose all momentum.
To build something like sub number, for example, it can take months to build a few thousand extra subs. But then if you disappear for a week, you can lose them like that.
All successful Twitch streamers know, once you gain momentum, you don't stop. You have to ride the momentum to keep growing. So when I started gaining traction at the end of 2020, which is when I grew from 20 viewer average to 40, 50 viewer average, I thought to myself, I can't stop. Even though I wasn't streaming something I really wanted to stream, I knew I couldn't lose the momentum.
It's a job that doesn't have like this obvious next path as well. So it feels like I have to make the most of what I have now. If it's a sponsor, it's like, well, here's X amount of dollars and I'm not going to be able to make X amount of dollars when I'm 35 because I'm not going to have a job in my mind. So now I must work now.
You might be wondering, why didn't I just focus less on growing and more on doing it because it's fun? Trust me, every single streamer I know started doing it because it was fun. Until Twitch sneakily designed their way into making you feel like you need to grow. They will constantly bombard you with information on how much you grew or how much you didn't grow. Every single time you end a stream, you literally get an email from Twitch summarizing all the analytics of that stream. I opted out that email right away. But it's just so hard to not check your creator dashboard for analytics when it's constantly in your face. And they do such a good job of giving you dopamine boost whenever someone follows or says something or subscribes. This is known as the dopamine-driven feedback loop, which is a self-perpetuating circuit that is driven by how dopamine interacts with our brain's reward system. This paper specifically talks about how dopamine feedback loops occur in social media. In their words, Robert Sapolsky has told about the idea of magical maybe. According to this idea, the individual may or may not find a notification when looking on the phone. So in the case of Twitch, this is when a viewer comes into a streamer's chat and says hello, there is this anticipation that they might follow or they might subscribe or they might donate. And when they do, there is a large increase in dopamine when the indication is seen. However, shortly after, the dopamine disappears quickly after the mental sensation is experienced. And then the brain starts searching for dopamine again. The individual repeatedly feels the request of looking at the phone screen. So in the case of Twitch, this is when the streamer feels anxiety or feels anticipation to constantly talk with the new chatter and anticipate any potential movements in following or subscribing or donating. And this is a cycle. This is the cycle of dopamine loop as shown in figure 6 and 7. So you can see in figure 6, there is an anticipation of a follow, of subscribe, and when it happens, you get the reward. You get a dopamine spike. But shortly after, it disappears very quickly, and then you're anticipating again. And this goes on in a forever loop. Even today, after months of not streaming, I still have such a strong positive association with my follow alert. Like if it goes off right now, it will give me a little dopamine spike and it just makes me feel so good. I feel like at some point in my streaming career, I started pushing myself to be a different person and just be more entertaining on stream just so I can get a little bit of that dopamine boost. These are all psychological product design decisions. If you want to know more, go watch my video on the dark side of UX design. Twitch also does a really good job of recommending channels that are similar to yours in size and in their algorithm considered popular. First, they condition you to be aware of your own channel growth, and then they make you become aware of someone else's channel growth. Congratulations! Now you are always comparing yourself to someone else who is always doing better. And there is always somebody doing better.
There's such a pressure on streamers to follow every trend, to capitalize on viewership, to stream longer than the guy next to them or the guy that they share similar viewership with. Like, it's just a hyper competitive industry.
Streaming is like running a marathon, and I don't mind slowing down to help my friends who are lagging behind, but it always worries me once they get up and running, like they just full sprinted down, not look back.
To keep a mindset of I am only going to stream whatever I want and be myself no matter what the stats are like is extremely hard, and Twitch makes sure of that. One of the tabs on your creator dashboard literally shows you how far you are from qualifying for a Twitch partner. So this goal of hitting the 75 viewership average is constantly in your face. I think this is slightly different from YouTube creators monetization tab, in that on YouTube, your content will always be there. It will slowly accumulate viewers, given that your content is good. But no matter how good you are on Twitch, you have to stream in order to be discovered. If you don't stream, you have 0% chance of being discovered. And if you do stream, you at least have a chance of being discovered, no matter how small.
Twitch is a kingmaker system. Even though the recommendation system on Twitch has gotten better over the past year and a half, the top broadcasts on Twitch that have the most viewership are always competing for viewers.
Amazon recognizes that in the live streaming space, Twitch is the top dog. They can fucking increase the pressure. You can either turn it on the consumers, you, the viewers, the chatters, or you can turn the pressure valve on the content creators, the workers in this circumstance.
This brings me to my next point. Twitch rewards people who stream for long periods of time in one sitting. If you study any Twitch stream, you will notice that viewership climbs over time because viewers accumulate over time. The longer you stream, the more likely you are also to get raids, which is when someone else's channel ends and they send all of their viewers to your channel. Usually a portion of those viewers remain in your channel, which boosts your viewership average for that stream, which then signifies to Twitch that your stream is popular, and then they will then push you out to more people. Basically, it's a cycle. You stream for longer, you get a raid, you get more viewers, Twitch pushes you out to more people, you get more viewers, you get more raids, and then you stream for even longer. And the cycle just continues. At the end, you don't want to stop because that means losing all of that progress that you've accumulated for the past how many ever hours. And the next stream, you have to start all over again. So it is beneficial for you as a streamer to continue streaming to grow that viewership. Quite a few streamers I know stream for 8+ hours, if not more, consistently. And that can be very unhealthy. But hey, quite a few of them are super successful now. So it just proves that the algorithm is designed that way.
Twitch isn't really sustainable for the long term. And I should say really streaming universally across every single contract I've seen, and everyone I've been reported to see, is the hours streamed that makes these contracts super duper important. Top broadcasters are broadcasting upwards of 10 to 12 hours a day, 6 to 7 days a week. These are just crazy hours.
Anywhere from, I guess, 8 to 15 hours days of streaming.
Yeah.
And I don't take vacations or days off because I'm like, oh no, the momentum! I would lose all the momentum I'm working towards. But just like having to be constantly uploading content everywhere just to keep everything alive and working together towards like constant growth rather than loss, I guess, of numbers and relevancy and monetary and all that stuff. Because it's like a very rare opportunity that most people don't get, I feel, to actually like be in a position where you can actually accomplish what you want.
I hope you can see now why I say Twitch is inherently toxic for your health. It takes a lot of work mentally to fight against what is designed to make you grind the hardest to make money for the company. Now, I'm sure there's things I missed or I didn't get a chance to talk about in this video, so if there's anything you want to add to this discussion, write them down in the comments down below and let's talk about it. I'm very happy to have gone through this experience. It gave me a lot of meaning and excitement in a time when the world was literally on fire. I met a lot of incredible people during my time on Twitch, many of whom I met in person and I still keep in contact today. So despite anything I say, I'm extremely grateful to have had this opportunity. Next week, I am continuing my mini Twitch series by talking about my personal experience with parasocial relationships on Twitch, which is something that I've been fascinated about. So if it's not out here somewhere yet, hit that button that spells SUBSERIB subscribe.